Good morning, good noon, and good night, citizens of Upland. It is your favorite anchor person in the world, Left House. Hi, this is the Upland Action News, episode 10, season 2. Title of this episode is Why Upland and the Future. The Upland Action News, your favorite source of news for the Upland metaverse. Why Upland and the future? We're going to get into it, folks. We're going to break down how I got here, why I'm here, why I'm sticking around, why I'm doing this newscast, why I dedicate so much of my brain space to Upland. And we'll get into a little bit of what the hecky is Upland as well. I mean, most of you guys know this, but there's been so many changes, lots going on. People have all these plans and hubbubs and this, that, and the others. I just thought I would talk about it, share about it, and look into it the way that I have, that we've been doing it, that we've been playing the game, but whatnot, you know. Today is Wednesday. It is November 4th. The year is 2020. And it does not seem like we have got a clear path to who is our villain president. It still hasn't been determined. The votes are still being counted. We could actually maybe go take a look at some of these. But let's see here. This just in. We go, wait, where's the damn internet? Here's the internet. Marv for president of villains. Marv the Meerkat platform. Oh, here's his platform. Abolish the FSA and redistribute the FSA properties to the 1% of Upland by net worth. If you think Marv will be the best president of villains, visit 2969 Mission Street. So, yeah, you know, you got to send your blocky to one of the 3 different addresses. And I figured we just throw in Marv's here and see if we can tally up his votes. Is it possible to tally up Marv's votes? If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're watching this and you're like, what is this guy doing? I can't answer that for you. I don't even know myself. I don't have the answer. No, that's not true. What I'm doing is I'm searching for this address right here. Marv's voter ballot box. You see there's an election going on, not just in the United States of America, but in Upland, the villain election, and you have 3 candidates to choose from, and one of them, where's that address at? Was that it? 2969 Mission? Let's double check again. I'm all over the place. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay. So let's see here. We click on that one. We'll check the sends here. And it looks like there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 today. And yesterday, 2. I mean, yeah. Something like almost 40-something votes. So, I don't know. If we go check out the other properties, we might be able to get a better, guess at who is the president. I'm going to go on record and tell you that I voted for the Bull Shark. Yeah, I think his platform was like the chillest. It was definitely the chillest. Okay, I hope you guys are doing well this morning. I want to remind you of a couple things that are going on in Upland today. Voting for president of the villains ends at 3 p.m. today. So you have until 3 p.m. To send your block to one of these 3 addresses here, 2969 Mission Street, 130 Sutter Street, and 100 Broadway for Bruce, Lecter, and Marv. And if you do this, you'll put yourself in the runnings for a chance to win a Block Explorer, like a Biden-Trump head Block Explorer. Extremely rare, one of 3 extremely rare block explorers that will turn into NFTs in the near future. So, okay, let's get back to where we are in Upland here. So, okay, right now I'm just floating around in New York trying to get the smallest property I can find. I'm really looking for like a 1. If anybody has a 1 up that they want to sell to me for really cheap, I mean, I'm not going to be a jerk and pay top dollar for it. But I'm looking for a tiny property in any of the 3 cities too. So, okay. Why Upland? Well, okay. So when I first found Upland, how did I find it? I was just doing a search for blockchain games. And I've always been looking for some new blockchain game because the idea of playing games for currency really seems smart to me. Like, I like the idea of that. Like, when that came across my brain, like, wait a minute, you can get paid to play games, or you can get paid to like post on social media, or you can get paid to like all of these things that the blockchain had provided for me. I was just like, what the heck? How do you do that? And so then I started getting into it, and I'm like, all right, started playing Splinterlands first. That was kind of like the first game in the blockchain space that I dedicated myself to. And I did pretty well for a couple years, got a bunch of NFT cards from them and compacted them, and was a pretty good warrior. I got to the championship leagues and stuff, and then I just got bored of playing it, and I sold all my cards and put them into properties here in Upland. So I stumbled across Upland, and I'm like, all right, so this is this real world addresses. It's a virtual sort of world where you're trading, buying and selling properties. I'm like, buying and selling virtual properties. I was like, okay, what the hell? All right, that sounds interesting. And I started reading about it, and I just jumped in. Like, I don't like to read the directions too often. I like to just jump in and try things. You ask my brother, I'm kind of like the guinea pig. You throw something at me, I'll usually try it. But so I jumped into Upland, and right away I basically got it, I think. They landed me in, let's go back over to San Francisco. So when I first got in the game, there was no New York, there was no Fresno, there was no airplanes, there was no trains. There was just this map right here that we're looking at. And I believe they started me down here in Merced Heights. And let's see, is it Sargent Street? No. Which was my first purchase? I'm not even positive. My first purchase in this neighborhood might have been, I might have I might have flipped it already at this point. I do believe I had like 3 on one street, and I early on started to look into collections, everything. I wanted to play it right. I wanted to figure it out. So I noticed that there was the newbie one. I was like, all right, that's simple. You just any property you got, you just drop that in, and you'll get like your little bonus. They drop some UPX on you for doing that. Since when I got in, the bonuses and like when you first got into the game, there wasn't as much enticing. There wasn't, a little bit. Like, they definitely gave you a pinata. They showed you through the different steps of what you could do in Upland. But I feel like since then I've seen like other friends of mine and my brother, join the game, and like, well, you get a lot of nice little perks and things when you first join the game. So I realized that, I just kind of went through the collections, realized, okay, you got that first one, just anything. Own 3 properties on the same street. I was like, all right, cool. That's so I started there, and down here in the area that they started me in, Merced Heights, I had bought 3 on Bright Street. That's right, here we are, these 3. I started picking up these 3 and filled out that collection. And, I don't know. I just like so many of you guys who've played already, it's like you don't even know why you're just buying another property. Like why am you don't even know why you're doing it. It kind of makes sense. It kind of doesn't in the beginning, and the addiction just sets in. When I first got into this neighborhood, there was nobody here. There's like, a couple random scattered unminted properties. Now it's quite the reverse. I think I just seen one FSA one is hanging out over here, but yeah, this whole neighborhood is basically sold out. There's another FSA one, and yeah, so. But not only was it that, not only was I like just buying and like, oh, this is cool, I started thinking about the whole concept of like what the metaverse was. And the term metaverse wasn't really even in existence, I don't think, it was, but I don't think we were using it in the Upland metaverse yet. But it just like, I was very, very excited because I've always, as a musician and a filmmaker, and as one who's always tried to do it on my own or independently, or not that I've tried to do it on my own, it's just like has happened that way because I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody or wait for some dollar amount. Like I'm too impatient for that, and I have too many creative ideas, so I want to just keep it moving. But so, yeah, I started night and day losing sleep over the idea of opening a movie theater in Upland, and the idea of showing the films that I've made, and I've written and directed like 8 feature films. I've got a new one that's very, very close to being done, so I'm working hard on that, and that's probably why some of my production around the Upland Action News and stuff is slacking. That's why I'm behind on making some NFTs. I have a handful of collections that I've started and are just sitting there on the sidelines. But anyway, so I started just thinking, like, how could I open up a movie theater? Like, and what does that mean? And what is the future? What could a movie theater look like in this space that I'm being told, like, oh, buildings are going to come and you're going to be able to have different building or businesses like arcades and this and that and cafes. And I was like, well, what about a movie theater? How can I do that? And I met an Upland citizen named Capitalist in one of the telegrams or Discord chats, can't even remember. And we started talking about Upland, and I told him about my idea for the movie theater, and he was like, oh yeah, cool, you should talk to Dirk. And he reached out to Dirk and said, yo, you should talk to this dude. And so then I reached out to Dirk, and Dirk was like, yo, you gotta wait a month. We're gonna do this thing called the UCN. Why don't you hit me back then? I'm really busy, but we'll talk then. And so, once we launch this thing, fill out an application, and we'll go from there. So great. So a month later happens. The UCN is born. I fill out the application, and I'm gracefully accepted in. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. All right, I'm going to start this little movie theater thing here, just get something going. Start talking to other citizens in Upland, Thank Me Later, who has the Upland fans page, and we start sort of organizing, like, how could this work? Like, if, I can see if somebody sends their block to the theater, then, it's in the register. I can see who stopped there. And I'm like, how can I send them a movie? How can I send them a link? And so, back and forth, we figure out, like, okay, if you're in the game and you send yourself to the movie theater and you're a part of the Upland fans page and your name is the same in the Upland fans page as it is in the game, then I can easily find you from there and send you links to the theater. Then, right around this time, I start tuning into the term NFT, and I had learned, that the properties in Upland were NFTs, and it just went in one ear and out the other. And I was like, okay, non-fungible token, NFT, all right, cool, whatever that is. There's all these technical things, and some of the blockchain space and all this stuff is a little bit nerdy at times, right? So I just accepted it as some nerd feature that I probably would never even need to know or use or utilize. But then, I open my eyes and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, all of this art is coming out in this format, in this digital format called the NFT, non-fungible token. Wait a minute, I've heard of this before. Wait, all the properties in Upland are NFTs. And then after we get this Spark token and we can start building buildings, we're going to be able to hang NFTs on the wall, art NFTs on the walls of our buildings on top of our NFTs. And I'm like, okay, this is awesome. So then now I'm like, it has to get to the point in the future that you'll be able to send your block to the theater. You'll see the NFT poster in the window of what movie's playing. You'll walk inside the theater and you'll see the screen with the press play button, and you'll sit down in the seat and press play, and your movie viewing experience will begin. So that's the future. That's the way I'm seeing how the theater will go down. And since then, there's like other ways and groups and things happening on Discord where they've been showing my films. Like when I put up a new film, there'll be a set time and a little collective group of people come together and watch a film. I'm not going to name the names of these Discord groups because I don't know if they're supposed to be private or they're secret, or also too, like if you're showing films, well, like all the films that I made you're always 100% welcome and to watch them. But I know sometimes you might be showing stuff that you're not supposed to be showing, but you're charging people or whatever. So it's fine. You know what I'm getting at. I'm just saying I'm gonna keep things off the record as far as like if you want to know where to watch movies online in Discord groups, you can talk to me privately at this point. But so yeah, eventually here I'm gonna start running some set time screenings from the Left House FM Clay Movie Theater Discord channel. And shout out to E.10 for showing me the light and the way. But yeah, as soon as I get more time and can start getting on a functioning theatrical schedule, I will let you know more about that, fellas and fellettes. But yeah, so that's one of the big thoughts and ideas that brought me into Upland. And then, I started like meeting you fine folks and reading and trying to educate myself and really figure it out. And next thing I know, I'm a member of the UCN. I become a member of the Upland Fan Art. You'll see up in the top of the corners of my screen there, both the Upland Contributors Network and the Upland Fan Arts logos there. You'll see those logos, and that's because I'm a member of each. And I'm saying this why? Because I don't work for Upland. My thoughts are my own. My ideas are my own. I'm just a super nerd fan who loves the metaverse that is Upland. So around this time I started learning, like people started describing Upland as like, oh, it's like Monopoly on crack or Monopoly on steroids or Monopoly on crack and steroids. And I was like, okay, cool. But I never really had the Monopoly on crack experience just yet. Until this contest went on with the Blockchain Heroes down here in Merced Manor. And the deal was this neighborhood that we're looking at needed to, the goal of the event was buy as many properties as you can in this set time. And by the end of it, whoever owns the most will be the winner of it. And there was some, the Blockchain Heroes have their little spot over here near, there it is, near Walgreens and the Dinosaur Coffee. And this is the Blockchain Heroes headquarters here in Upland. And these guys are super NFT heroes and gurus. And, they're blockchain heroes. The guys that made the Blockchain Heroes are blockchain heroes in my book. So shout out to the Blockchain Heroes. So yeah. So when this contest went down, though, it was like, oh, okay, the person who owns the most properties. I'm like, all right, I don't think I have the loot, the cashola, the kashishimo, to compete on that level. Like, you know, it's a rich man's contest right there to buy a bunch of properties and whatnot. But, you know, if you got in the top 25, then, you know, you could still win, like, I think a block explorer. I can't remember what the miles, that's what a Super Miles card, that's what it was, the Super Miles NFT card. So I was like, all right, maybe I can still get in, you know, maybe I'll get 25th. So I bought, like, you know, I don't know, something like 6 properties, 8 properties, just enough to kind of get myself into the rankings. And then I blinked, and then I looked again, and I was out of the rankings. So I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna make the top 25. I just don't have the loot today. But so I put up those 8 properties that I had for sale, like, right away. Flipped them at, like, double. I just, like, yeah, doubled the price and blinked, and all 8 of them were gone. So I started just buying up every property that I could and putting a price tag on it to flip it at you know, double the price. And I sold every property. And so then I realized I was having the Monopoly on crack steroids experience. I was like, my blood was like running through my veins. I was like sweating and excited. And I was like, damn, it just happened. I just did Monopoly on crack and steroids. And yeah, so then I was super, I mean, I was already weighed in and hooked, but then, like, after having that experience, I was like, oh my God, there is ways to win. There's ways to play that I didn't even know existed. So yeah, it blew my minds, you know? All right, so that was like one of my first big moments there. And as you'll see, like, I'm scattered all over the board here. Then New York opens up. And, you know, I just bought a few spots there, and then I left New York. I just bought like 4 properties and left. And I vowed never to come. No, that's not true. I just, you know, was like, I had a plan. I thought I needed to start saving UPX for buildings. Don't need to save UPX for buildings, because buildings are going to be built with Spark. I'm like, okay, wonderful. So then, you know, now I saved up a little bit of loot, and I was like, what do I do with it? I don't know what to do. I had this plan, blah, blah, blah. And then Fresno opened. So then I started going down to Fresno and seeing what I could do about buying collections down there in old Uncle Fresno. And ended up having another Monopoly on crack steroid moment. Well, I've had two other ones, courtesy of the great Nietzschean, and I thank him very much for that. But that's all I got to say on those things. I can't get into certain details about certain things, but there are some moments, there are some wheels and deals, there are behind the scenes actions that go on. I know a lot of you guys have been involved and are doing them right now. And for you that have never played the game, this is what they're talking about. These sorts of things here. These sorts of backdoor secret handshake deals that are going on right now in Upland. And soon enough, as we move into the future of the Upland metaverse, you know, I think we got a little glimpse during the Halloween haunted house tour, the haunted house experience. You know, you got to see, like, oh, we have buildings here and there, just kind of scattered around the city. And I'm really excited for when Spark hits the ground and we start to see the cities start to build up, and all the different designs and properties and weird statues and all the stuff that's coming. I think it's just going to really raise the bar and make this much more of a fascinating experience. Like, as we're looking at the board now, it just looks like a skeleton, you know. It's just like it's bare bones. There's nothing there. Look at, as I'm scrolling through the wasteland of unminted properties through New York. Unreal. Like, what's going to be put right here on 954 2nd Avenue? What building will be here in the future? Maybe in 5 years we'll come back to this video. We'll do a recap of this video in 5 years, and we'll look at 954 2nd Avenue and be like, whoa, what happened here, bro? What happened here? So yeah, Where are we now? Like in the whole scheme of things. Well, how do you play Upland? What do you do? Like, you know, oh, whoa, look at this dude's stack of cash. Papi Chulo. Papi Chulo, a director in the game. 111 properties, 14 collections. 3 main collections all sorted out. He's got his San Francisco collections and a crap a ton of the Fresno ones. 7 out of 10. Shout out to Papi Chulo. I do like your block, the stack of cash there. It's a good one. Yours floating off the board there. Yeah, very cool. So if you are in Upland, if you are playing, you got to be a part of the Upland Discord channel and also the Upland Fans Discord channel, because that's where a lot of the action is going down in the discussions. FSA eligible member here. Look at that. Comrade is trying to make wheels and deals with T. Davis. He'd probably be better off posting and buy sell. Oh, well, they're not making deals. He's just directing them to the right room to make deals and whatnot. Yeah, there's all sorts of different tabs that run down here and kind of give you what you're looking for. If you're looking for information on live events or treasure hunting, if you are trying to shill a property or you got a trade, you're trying to put a collection together, come down here to buy, sell, and trade shill. People are dropping properties and looking for deals to be made. If you've got thoughts and conversations you want to talk about New York, San Francisco, Fresno, you can do that. Twitter feed is right here. Memes, you know, the welcome wagon, all sorts of stuff. And as well, Upland Fans, lots of action going on here. Always, always, always. And the announcements, all the Twitter announcements and whatnot are always come through these feeds. So if you're looking for whatever you're looking for, you can come here. I myself also like to. I think it's a crucial and an essential tool if you are in the Upland Metaverse is the Daily Uplander, because this is where you can find out lots of information about any property that you're looking for at this point in the different neighborhoods. It's a way to find out where the cheapest ones are. You know, you can go to Little Italy. There's different settings here that for different whatever you're looking for sale, minted, unminted. Let's see what happens if we put. Well, let's just keep for sale up. And if you clicked on this property here, which is owned by Mr. Monopoly, shout out to Mr. Monopoly. And if you click on Mr. Monopoly's owned property, 5 Central Marketplace here in New York City in Little Italy, his mint price was 9,360 UPX. It is for sale for 35,000 UPX. That's a markup of 374% on a 13 up 2. And it's a good way to to check to see how much it is that you're paying for the property, and you can also check to see, you look through the rest of the neighborhood there, the other prices for sale. And although that is the seeming, not the Daily Uplander is saying that is the cheapest price. I don't know if that is for certain or not, if that's how this works. Maybe there's cheaper, but that's right in the wheelhouse, of the other prices of the properties there. It's the lower end of it, but I see a whole chunk of them there, 35, 38, 39, 39, 39, 39. Yeah, then if you click on it, you can go right to each if you click on the property, it'll take you right to the board. Oh, I clicked on something else, didn't I? Yeah, that's right. All right, so I don't know. It's going a little slow. Maybe it's because I have too many tabs open here. But yeah, there's all sorts of challenge. What's in the challenges? Scissor challenge. 503 visits since treasure hunts daily. Wow, this is cool. There's a lot of updates here you guys got going on. I like it. Statistics and Upland minting overview. Wow, look at this. There's the MG logo. I know MG is working with Mixplix at the Daily Uplander, so that's a really strong team if you ask me. Pretty cool having the statistics up here. Uplander overview. All right. Resale overview. Wow, look at that chart. Super cool, guys. And then to the YouTube channel, all the links here. Okay. And if you want to know how to treasure hunt, this video will teach you everything you need to know about treasure hunting. That is for dang sure. That is for dang sure. Where are we? Yeah, so Upland fans Discord channel, a must. Daily Uplander, a must. Let's check out like Upland Guru. See if there's any new updates on Upland Guru. This is another top site for Upland. And if you are new and if you're looking at this and you're like curious, jump in. Just try jumping in, see what happens. And use my referral link as well. It's in the description on this video. You can also find us on the Twitter. I use Twitter a lot as well for Upland. Lots of information comes through here. And also make sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. And if you are on Wax or if you're on Atomic Assets, check out the seller page of Left House Wax. We still have some TP people from the vote series, as the elections are still happening. We do not know yet if Lecter or if our Meerkat or Bull Shark or who is going to be our president in the metaverse of Upland. Those results come in at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock today. Can't remember what the article said, but right around there, midday. I think at this point, I'm going to have to say good morning, good noon, and good night, citizens of Upland. We have a very special show coming tomorrow with a special guest and a special drop. A special drop that you Uplanders are going to really love. I'm just going to say it. We will have Mars, Utah on the show tomorrow from Red Planet Industries, and we have something special that we are going to bring to you folks. So I will say it again. Good morning, good noon, and good night. We will see you in Upland.